Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is CryptoTakeOver coming back with another Bitcoin analysis video for y'all this evening. We're going to be taking a look at the charts, see what's going on. Bitcoin's just having a nice little big sell-off. Actually, as of yesterday, we had a sell-off, and it looks like we rallied a little bit since then. So we're going to dive on into the charts to see what Bitcoin might be up to given the near to short-term and long-term future of the charts as we start to zoom out. If that sounds interesting to everyone, go ahead and stick around, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and let's get started. Oh. Cued the wrong intro there. There we go. All right. So if y'all are brand new to this channel, we use the market Cipher indicator by CryptoFace alongside with the TI sequential by ToneVase and the market guide buy and sell signal. So if I can get my stuff together here, we'll go ahead and cue that animation in. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that way y'all can be updated every single video that we make. We have a little background music going on for the evening, so hopefully y'all enjoy that. Let me know what you think about the background music, if it's something that I should add maybe to the videos. If y'all are digging that, then I'll go ahead and start doing that too as well. We're looking at the 15-minute time frame. If you are in my private Patreon trading group, we took this short right back at about here. I believe we entered in, let me see if I can find our entry price here. We got in at about 11,700. And we took the short down here basically after we broke this trend line right here. So we had been eyeing this trend line on the last couple of videos, and we took the short down there, and we had a nice little sell-off all the way down to 11,400 area, right about 11,000, like almost 300, right around there. We took our profits right at about 11,450. We put everything in profit, put our stop losses in profit. Although I was looking for a little bit lower, maybe I was looking for more like 11,100. We didn't quite get the that much pressure from the bears. So now we're starting to see a little bit of a rally here. And if we turn on Cipher SR, let's just see what's going on here with our pivot points. And it looks like we're currently sitting above our VWAP. So that's also an indication that the bulls are in control as of right now. It looks like we are starting to break up through one of our trend line resistance areas on the 15-minute time frame as of right now. But as you can see, our pivot low right now is right at about 11,360. Pivot high is sitting right at about 11,770. So we could be ranging here for a little bit while, maybe having one more push to the upside, wanting to retest probably that 12K area. But let's zoom out on the charts here, going on into the 20-minute time frame. And we'll go ahead and turn off Cipher SR. Usually we just like to look at that on the lower time frames just to get a quick reference point for us as well. Looking at the 20-minute, you can also see this current trend line resistance that we are currently kind of breaking through as of right now. Not a big substantial amount of volume coming into the market. You can see our money flow here wanting to move to the upside. But not a huge push into that green money flow just yet. It does look like we are kind of trending sideways for the most part as of right now, at least with our money flow. Our momentum wave is also maybe wanting to give us possibly a red dot here relatively soon. Let's go on into our 30-minute time frame, see what's happening here. 30-minute time frame, you can start to see our EMAs are wanting to cross back to the upside, maybe the 13 crossing above the 50 as of right now. We probably want to see a little bit bigger of a cross to indicate that we could start to rally up higher. But looking at the 30-minute time frame, when we have these death crosses here on our EMAs and then our bullish crosses, that kind of signifies that we could see a little bit of a rally, especially if our 13 crosses above our 50. And then our next point is going to be, the cross above the 100. And if that 50 crosses above the 100, especially on lower time frames, then we could probably anticipate maybe a little bit more of a rally. The 30-minute time frame, as far as money flow is concerned, is starting to move back to the upside here. You can see somewhat of a head and shoulders kind of forming here on our blue waves. So we could probably get one more consolidation pattern to the downside maybe before we decide to take a clear direction. So we are kind of waiting for the proper setup as of right now, especially in the trading group. We took our short back here, made some nice profits on it, and that was a good indication for us that, okay, well, let's hang tight here. We put our stop loss in profit, came out in profit, and now we're just going to have to see what the next setup might be I'm looking at maybe some of the mid time frames for the proper setup as of right now. Our money flow is still moving into the red on the 40-minute time frame, but our 30-minute time frame was giving us a nice little push to the upside, so we'll have to see how that 30-minute time frame wants to play out as well. Currently getting a possible push through a resistance point here on the 40-minute time frame. Let's go on into our hourly time frame, see what's happening here. And our hourly time frame also giving us a nice little bearish EMA spread here on that hourly time frame, wanting to possibly push back up. It does look like we had a little bit of buying pressure down here from that sell-off. People may be wanting to buy the dip as well too. Currently getting a green dot here on the hourly time frame as well. Let's go on into the 90-minute time frame. Money flow still looking relatively bloody as of right now, so we'll just have to kind of play it by ear. Looking at the 90-minute time frame, this was a good indication back here to go ahead and take the short position. And the fact that I'll get rid of that trend line there. I think that trend line was appearing more on the 2-hour time frame, but this was our mid time frames are definitely going to have bigger precedence over the lower time frames, especially with trend lines and how bullish or bearish they might be whenever they break them. Ever since we broke this trend line here, we had a very big pump after that as well too, and then breaking this trend line down here, we had a nice substantial push to the downside there as well too. What I'd like to see is for maybe another push back to the upside, but if not, it kind of looks like we're about to get a red dot here on the 90-minute as well too. We could start to see some of those Christmas tree patterns start to play out on some of our mid to lower time frames as well. 2-hour also kind of giving us a little bit of maybe more momentum to the downside as well. Maybe a possible red dot that could be appearing. Money flow is still looking kind of bleak and looking like it still wants to bleed out just a tad bit more on the 2-hour. So we could start to see somewhat of a retracement here, in the next going on into next week too as well, depending on how much Bitcoin wants to remain bullish. In this high 11K area, possibly wanting to push back up to the 12K. But, I'm not going to be an overall bull just yet. I just want to wait for the proper setup and then take whatever the market wants to give us from there on out. I do want to let everyone know that we do have the Path to Cryptocurrency course available if you're interested in that. It's a beginning to end guide on how to get started in crypto, things that you need to learn about different coins as well, mainly the top tier coins that are on CoinMarketCap, and how to stake some of those as well, how to store your crypto safely, what wallets are the best use, and a lot of other things. I've been in this space for at least 3+ years now, so have a lot of information in there too as well. If you're interested, the early bird special is going on right now. You can go ahead and enroll in the course, and then it's a one-time payment only. You'll have access to all the later updates that I provide in this course as we progress through the crypto space. So I do plan on adding some DeFi videos in there too as well in the future. If you're interested, please just give me a message, and we can talk about it then, or you can go ahead and get signed up, and you'll get special access to the Discord group and category on the Discord server as well too once you sign up. Then we also have our membership level on Patreon, which allows you to learn a little bit more about trading. It gives you all my ins and outs of the markets. I give you setups whenever they are occurring in the Discord server. So once you join, you just want to make sure you give me your Discord username. That way I can add you to the private category on Discord, and then you can get all the ins and outs of the markets that we like to do. Also, there's a bot signal on there as well that gives you probably about 2 to 3 probably about 3 trades per week. If I'm not giving the trades out, then you can look for those bots to give you the trades. And basically they're set up with our buy and sell signals with Market Guide. So a lot of different perks and rewards that you'll get whenever you become a Patreon member. Feel free to check that out as well if you're interested. And then also we have the YouTube membership page. You can click join right here to join our YouTube membership page. And basically on there, we have all of our private videos that I provide to my Patreon members as well. So I definitely talk about a lot of different altcoins, some that I'm dollar cost averaging into at this very moment, and that I have a clear and decisive outcome about how these will perform later on in the future. So go ahead and get involved with us now. Make sure that you become a Patreon member, so that way you can get all of those perks and rewards and different altcoins that I'm getting into right now too as well. because mostly on the channel we just review Bitcoin. So then also we are on our way to 3,000 subs. I'm super excited and stoked for that. Thank you everyone for being here and joining me on the channel each and every single day. For that, I want to give back $100 to one of my subscribers. So in order to qualify for that $100 giveaway, you need to be signed up for the newsletter. That way I can get back in touch with you if you do end up winning. And so just come down here, fill out the newsletter form, and make sure that you're qualified to receive that $100 altcoin giveaway when the time comes. Let's go back into the charts here. Looking at the 4-hour time frame, you can see that we have major resistance above head. This is what I'd be looking for, especially for maybe another break to the upside, is if we do break this trend line here. I mean, we could probably draw something out like this in a wedge pattern too as well. If we, a falling wedge possibly could be forming here for us too. This is kind of what I'm seeing, but overall, I don't want to be too bullish just right now, just yet. If we do get a rejection here, that's a possibility. We could come back down and retest this area too, and then we could be shooting back up from there. Let's see what maybe a 1-point extension would be from this falling wedge pattern. If we did break it maybe right at about here, we'd be looking at about 12,200. So that's a possibility. I'm not going to rule it out just yet. I'll go ahead and leave those trend lines in there for right now, or I'll just turn them off there. Perfect. So we had this blood diamond here on the 4-hour too, gave us a nice little signal that there was going to be some bearishness, and we could have probably played off of that. I was looking at some of the other time frames for it, but it does look like market Cipher gave us a clear indication that we were going to have a little bit of a sell-off here. Money flow is still looking pretty bleak right now. It's looking like it's just wanting to move sideways, maybe getting into that red blood money flow probably, in the next couple of days. That's a firm possibility. We need to be ready to take action for whatever the market wants to give us. Even if this goes up or down, we're going to be trading it. So make sure that you're a part of our Patreon membership if you do want to trade this with us as well. But we're seeing some very big overhead resistance as of right now at about that 12K area. We're starting to see our EMAs wanting to maybe cross the bearish as well too. Let's go back to our 4-hour. We're starting to see a little bit of a bearish cross here on our 4-hour. And if we take a little bit of a zoom out here, we can kind of see how once we get these bearish crosses, we just need to be prepared for whatever may come next after that. So we could see some retracement depending on if our 50 crosses below our 100. That's what I'd really like to look for to be to give us an extra bearish scenario. We'd probably have some overhead resistance given our bearish cross here too as well, right at about the 11,700 area. And then maybe see some retracement after that. Our lower time frames were ready to give us a little bit or some red dots too. So not to be excluded, but to also maybe consider that we are probably going to be moving sideways a little bit further out. Looking at the 8-hour too, we're starting to see market God give us a sell signal back here. Last time we had a buy signal on the 8-hour, let's see, was right about here. We had that sell signal, another sell signal back here, and then a buy. So yeah, it's looking like Bitcoin's losing a little bit of momentum as of right now for the most part. So just something to remain very cautious of. I wouldn't be overzealous about us, reaching all-time highs by the end of this month, to say the least. But I definitely think that this is a nice opportunity for everyone to scoop up their favorite Bitcoins or altcoins in the near-term future as well too. Before there is a substantial run-up and we continue our bull run. Let's go on into our 12-hour. It did look like we were about to get a green dot there on the 8-hour, possibly even a green dot here on the 12-hour. I would definitely consider us moving sideways on the 8-hour as well. This was another part I was talking about, the 8-hour giving us some nice support at the 50 EMA as well. But it looks like now the 12-hour is giving us support on the 50 EMA. And I would definitely think that we're probably going to trend out sideways a little bit longer. Maybe try and find support at about the 11,300 area. And then if we break below that, we're looking at the 100 EMA, which is right at about 10.8K, which is another strong possibility for us to find resistance and support on. I did have our trend line down here, our blue trend line, which is right at about 10.5K. which is still a possibility. I don't want to rule it out just yet, but as we start to move into these higher time frames, we'll get a clear, concise idea of what might be going on here. So let me go ahead and delete these. It still looks like we're kind of fading off here just a tad bit, even on the 21-hour. Momentum's moving to the downside. Money flow starting to come out. Maybe people taking profits as of right now. So I'm looking for a really good buy opportunity or even a short opportunity if you are leverage trading this as well too. Let's go on into our daily time frame. And before we continue that, I do want to tell everyone about the Discord server that is available. There is a public Discord server that you can become a part of. Check the links in the description box below, and go ahead and join us in that public Discord server so that way y'all can get information. If y'all have any questions or anything, come in there and ask us. Feel free to direct message me if you have any questions as well. Then we have our Crypto Takeover announcements page, which is basically just a page that I let you know whenever I update videos. Also, if I'm running any special discounts on things such as the Patreon trading group as well too. I let you know about all that stuff in there and things that we have going on the channel too as well. And then if you're interested in upgrading to the premium or pro plus plan for TradingView, check out the link in the description box below. I would really appreciate you using my links to help support the channel. But if you are using Market Cipher, which I also have an affiliate link to Market Cipher, it's at the very top of the description box, I believe. If y'all are interested in picking up that indicator by CryptoFace, I would at least recommend that you have the Pro or the Pro Plus plan. That just allows you to have a few more indicators on the screen, such as the Aldo EMAs, which is a custom indicator I teach you how to set up inside of the Patreon page. But here you can just toggle on and off all your EMAs. It uses a custom Pine script code too, and I give you all that information inside of the Patreon membership page. If you're having issues finding those videos, feel free to message me, and I'll make sure to give you the links for them. And then also we use our Whales buy and sell indicator, to learn a little bit more about these markets. And I use mostly these on the higher time frames, if anything, but I teach you how to set all this up inside of the Patreon page if you're interested in that. So let's take a look at our 2-day time frame. Well, first on our 1 day, we had this sell signal back here. It does look like it's ready to start maybe playing out just a tad bit. We had our trigger wave here with a little bit of a bearish divergence on the 1 day. Money flow is still looking pretty sideways as of right now. VWAP doesn't look like it's wanting to clip back up just yet. So I would definitely anticipate maybe a push back up to 11.7 and then possibly a rejection from there. It does seem like we're kind of slowing down at 11.6. So that's another possibility too. Looking at the 2 day, we do have our sell signal here on the 2 day, and it looks like we're getting our first bearish count on our 2 day as of right now. Our momentum is still pretty much just moving down to the side and lower. It seems like VWAPs also seems like it's just kind of moving a little bit further down as well too, but we're finding support on the 13 EMA. If we start to break below that, I would definitely anticipate, it looks like our 50 EMA could be our next support right at about 10.8K. It's a firm possibility as well too. Our 2 day, if we break below our 13 EMA, then that's going to be pretty bearish at about 11,000. If we break below 11,400, that's going to be a sign that we could come back down to retest that 10.5K area or 10.8 for sure. Going into our 3-day chart, giving us our first sign of that sell signal there too as well. We'll have to wait for this to confirm. I believe this wants to confirm probably on the 25th. So in the next couple of days, possibly by next week. That would be on Tuesday, the 25th, when this will confirm. So if we start to see a little bit of bearish rally happening here and maybe retracing, that's definitely going to confirm this sell signal here. And then as we go into our 4-day chart, giving us a nice doji here on our 4-day chart as well. So something to not be ignored. What we'd have to be looking for here is probably the next sell signal from our Whales buy and sell signal, and maybe coming back down to retest this trend line right at about 10.8, 10.6 right now. So we were wanting to hold support above 10.8 when we broke through the trend line, but it's not uncommon for Bitcoin to come back down to retest these trend lines as support to continue back up even further. So that's kind of what we're looking for, is maybe a retest at about the 10.6, 10.7 area. And then if we hold support, then possibly having a bounce there. If not, then we could break through, and that could be pretty drastic for Bitcoin for there on out. Starting to see the red dots pop up on these higher time frames as well too. I'm looking for the aggressive 13s or the topping out 9 on the TI sequential as well. But there was an imperfect 9 there. Yeah, and so it still looks like we still have some room. We had the aggressive 13 to the downside here on the 6th day. We have our red dot that is forming on our 6th day as well too, and then our weekly chart not giving us a red dot just yet, but could be confirming something here in the near term future. So the market's looking a little unsure of itself as of right now. We need to see a substantial amount of volume to come into the market to push it back up a little bit higher. If not, we're looking for support right at about 10.8 or 10.5. If we break through 10.8, then we're looking at 10.5. And then if we break through 10.5, well, it could be back into the 9Ks for Bitcoin. Just saying. So we're going to keep a heads up on this. But if not, that's going to give us a great opportunity to buy everything, to buy all of our favorite altcoins again at cheaper prices possibly, or who knows, some of the altcoins could be rallying while Bitcoin is taking a little bit of a break and retesting its support trend lines. But that's it for today, folks. I did want to finish it off here. If y'all are interested in trading, these are some tools that I would recommend. If you just want to buy on HODL, check out Ledger Nano X or S. You can use the link in the description box. But 3 Commas is a trading bot program that you can program your trading bots with. So if you're interested in using trading bots, check out 3 Commas. And then also, if you want to learn a little bit more about leverage trading, you can sign up for Bybit or Prime XBT or Fimex. Just make sure that you're using proper risk management. I would definitely recommend paper trading first, so that way you can learn a little bit before you actually deposit your real money onto the exchange. And then if you are wanting to earn passive income inside of the crypto space, check out the Brave browser, and then check out CryptoTab browser to mine Bitcoin straight from your computer. So super simple and easy to set up. You don't need an ASIC miner or ANT miners. You basically just run this web browser in your background and it starts mining Bitcoin for you. So I have it running on 2 different computers right now, and making passive income for myself doing that. But thank y'all for coming back to the channel, everyone. So it looks like Bitcoin is definitely seeing a little bit of unsure. It's being a little bit unsure of itself as of right now, and we could have a retrace, into the 10K area for sure. But if not, then if we start to see a substantial amount of volume come through, we're going to be looking at that 12K area for resistance again, and seeing if we can actually break through it and hold support above it this time. But thanks for coming back to the channel, everyone. If you are interested in trading with us, we're getting ready for the next trade setup, and we're looking at some key things as well too. So I give a daily analysis each and every single day on what I'm looking for our next trade setups. If you want to join us in the Patreon page, feel free to join us in there. And then without further ado, that'll go ahead and finish the video off. I'll see you on the next one. CTO signing out. Peace.